Political volleyball as Republicans and Democrats try to pin down a disaster relief package. The murder of rapper Nipsey Hussle continues to hit the LA community hard. And a woman suffers a cut on her arm. That cut turns into a flesh-eating bacteria. This is 17 News at noon. Bipartisan congressional disagreement has held up a natural disaster relief package. Two competing Senate bills failed in a dispute over aid to Puerto Rico. A Republican bill totaling almost $13.5 billion included $600 million in nutrition assistance for Puerto Rico, a figure Democrats blasted as well short of what the island's residents need. A Democratic bill containing hundreds of millions of dollars worth for Puerto Rico also fell short. At stake is relief for victims of disasters across the country and territories, including recent Midwestern floods, southern tornadoes, and last year's western wildfires.
I'm disappointed that political games carried the day yesterday, but I assure the American people our work on this subject is far from finished.
It failed for one reason. Republicans removed critical aid for Puerto Rico and other territories from the House bill after President Trump told them to do it.
President Trump blasted Democrats and Puerto Rican leaders in a series of tweets Monday night after the relief package failed. He contends Puerto Rico has received generous funding. The actual amount dispersed is billions less than the president claims in his tweets. The House Oversight Committee on Oversight and Reform held a hearing today regarding issuing subpoenas related to security clearances in the 2020 citizenship question. Chairman Elijah Cummings is expected to issue subpoenas this week regarding the Trump administration's granting of security clearances to people who were originally declined clearance. Tricia Newbold, an 18-year government employee who oversaw the issuance of clearances for some senior White House aides, says she compiled a list of at least 25 officials who were initially denied security clearances last year, but then had those denials overruled by senior administration officials. The committee is expected to vote on resolutions regarding the subpoenas this afternoon. All right, thanks, Kevin. Los Angeles police got emotional this morning as they talked about the death of rapper Nipsey Hussle. This comes after more than a dozen people were injured, with at least one person stabbed at a vigil last night. The chaotic scene overshadowed the memorial for the slain rapper. Two of the people taken to the hospital were in critical condition, 2 in serious condition, and 15 considered to be non-life-threatening. This morning, LA police talked about the legacy the Grammy-nominated artist leaves behind.
He was a tireless advocate for the young people of this city and of this world, to lift them up with the possibility of not being imprisoned by where you come from or past mistakes, but the possibility of what comes in the future.
I was excited about the meeting. Here was somebody coming in to say, how can we help? How can we be a partner?
Police released a picture of Hussle's suspected shooter and identified him as Eric Holder. Today, officials said it appears to be a personal dispute between Hussle and Holder and believe the shooting was gang-related. Now to a mysterious investigation in North Dakota. Today, police identified the owner of the management business where 4 people were found dead yesterday. Police said they do not have a suspect in the attack, but they do not believe the public is in danger. Officials have not said how the victims died, but also said a weapon was not found at the scene. A fire broke out today at another Texas chemical plant, killing at least one person. Flames and black smoke could be seen rising from the KMCO chemical plant in Crosby, just northeast of Houston. The plant manufactures products like antifreeze and brake fluid. All roads in the area of the plant were immediately closed, and a shelter in place has been ordered for all residents in nearby schools. Harris County Sheriff's officials say at least 2 people were hurt. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but some residents reported hearing an explosion. Just last month, a huge fire broke out at a chemical plant in Deer Park, also near Houston. Back now in your 17 Health Watch, some encouraging news about prostate cancer. A new study from the American Cancer Society reveals the disease has decreased or stabilized in most parts of the world. The U.S. had the largest drop over the past 5 years, thanks to the growing use of PSA screening tests. However, prostate cancer is still the second most diagnosed cancer and 6th leading cause of death among men worldwide. Prostate cancer rates have decreased in 7 countries, increased in 3, and stayed the same in 51. New research shows many doctors are now prescribing tablets instead of shots for some seasonal allergies. The FDA has approved 4 types of tablets that dissolve under the tongue and can be taken at home. They're available to treat allergies to certain grass pollens, ragweed, and house dust mites. If a patient has more than one allergy and is able to travel regularly, an allergist may recommend shots over tablets. A Texas woman describes how a rare flesh-eating disease almost killed her. Bianca Castro reports.
I tripped and fell at the very top and braced myself as I fell forward on the boxes.
A single fall in the attic while putting away Christmas decorations is what catapulted Casey Sommerfeld into a battle for her life.
My arm became very swollen, became very painful.
The next day, her arm became red, and then the next day it appeared to be bruised, and by the third day, large black blisters began to form. The pain, unbearable.
I was scared. I had a couple of MRIs, but they didn't show anything severe, and I just knew something wasn't right.
So she rushed herself to the ER, where doctors believe a form of the strep bacteria, which had been causing Casey's recent sinus infections, somehow found its way into a muscle tear caused when she fell in the attic. That led to necrotizing fasciitis, an infection that was eating away her flesh. Doctors told her she might die if they don't amputate her arm.
I remember telling the nurses and just praying, I hope I can hug them one more time. Please tell my family how much I love them. It was pretty much all the layer of skin.
Luckily, doctors were able to remove all the dead flesh and stop the spread of the disease without having to amputate. They used a skin graft from Casey's leg to repair the wound.
Every day I think about it. Every day when I'm playing outside with my kids, there's a possibility I would have not been here.
Now on the road to healing from a rare disease that attacked with no warning.
Casey also has lupus, which affects her immune system. Doctors believe her lupus put her at a higher risk for developing the flesh-eating infection. Welcome back. Stocks are mixed so far today. The Dow is down about 53 points after yesterday's rally. The Nasdaq up 21. The S&P 500 just up 1 point. Oil prices are surging, however, today. West Texas Intermediate, take a look at this. $62.68 a barrel currently. Midway Sunset started the day at $67.59 a barrel. Walmart is introducing new voice-activated grocery shopping through Google's Smart Home Assistant. Starting this month, shoppers can simply say, "Hey Google, talk to Walmart," and the Google Assistant will add items directly to your grocery cart. Customers can use any device that utilizes Google Assistant to manage their grocery shopping at home or on the go. Walmart Voice Order will quickly add and accurately identify the items shoppers are asking for based on previous purchases. Customers can add items to their cart one at a time over several days and not have to complete their shopping all at once. Over the next few weeks, the service will roll out to more customers. Wedding season is here. And while your friends may be headed down the aisle, you may be worried about the cost of attending. According to a new survey from Bankrate.com, 1 in 5 Americans say they've declined a wedding invitation due to financial reasons. However, 7 out of 9 experts say it's perfectly acceptable to decline a wedding invitation if you can't afford to attend. One thing experts unanimously agree on, always send a gift to the couple regardless of attendance. A separate Bankrate survey found that it costs about $628 to attend the wedding of a close friend or family member. Checking out at a store just isn't the same these days. Today, you probably use a credit or debit card for most of your payments. Some stores, though, have recognized the trend and taking it to the next level, only accepting cashless transactions. But that's not sitting well with everyone. CNBC's Frank Holland has the story.
Philadelphia, the birthplace of the American Revolution, appears to be starting a new revolution against a cashless economy.
There's a certain group of people, just for example, in Philadelphia, that when these few businesses that had gone cashless, they couldn't go in there. And that's not correct.
Councilman Bill Greenlee pushed for the law that will force most stores to continue taking cash. Businesses that have gone cashless say it speeds up transactions and makes bookkeeping more efficient. But Greenlee says it discriminates against consumers who are unbanked, meaning they don't have checking or savings accounts. About 6.5% of households in the U.S. are unbanked, according to the FDIC. Philadelphia's not alone. Even in the heart of Silicon Valley, San Francisco lawmakers are proposing an even stricter cashless ban that would include Amazon Go stores. Here at Philadelphia's Reading Terminal Market, consumers and merchants have strong feelings about this new law.
I feel like the cashless stores are exclusionary, and Philadelphia has a pretty high poverty rate.
That's a business decision. As more and more regulations are put on the small business owner, it's harder and harder to operate in the city.
I really don't want to make it sound like it's an anti-business thing. I don't think it is. I would say it's just a pro-person, pro-consumer.
30% of all transactions in the U.S. are made with cash, 27% with debit cards, and 21% with credit cards. While a digital future may be inevitable, cash is still king.